Hey, good morning, guys. So let me say this. It's Monday, and that can be a little rough, right? Even as a CEO. So I wanted to hop in real quick. So I'm gonna give you time to come in, share this with your besties, share this with your sister success circle, because this is something that we don't usually talk about. And when I say we, I mean the online space, the business space, the entrepreneurial space. We don't really talk about this. So I wanted to hop in really quick and kick off what I'm calling the CEO Fix. And that's where I will be coming in every morning, Monday through Friday, and sharing just something to help us flip that CEO switch. We've been talking about it. Y'all know how that works. Okay. We've been talking about it. And so here's something that I really want us to dig into. We know ROI, return on investment, right? But we never talk about COI. So as you guys are coming in, say, hey, let me know you're there. If you're coming back on the replay, drop hashtag replay. If you've got questions, comments, concerns, I don't take complaints. Then drop them in the comments because I'll come back and I'll be able to answer your questions and things like that. And it'll probably help some of our other CEOs that hop on. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tarkessa Colvin. I am the master strategist here at T. Colvin Consulting, and my jam is supporting female CEOs. Why do they need support? Well, we tired. We've been working in our business and working on our business, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Working in our business, we've made ourselves the employee. And so we don't have the productivity that we would like, we don't have the profitability that we would like, and we don't have the presence in our lives that we would like. So that is who I'm here to serve. That female CEO who's been in business for like 3 years, and it's like, okay, this is harder than any job I've ever had. I'm working more hours than any job I've ever had, and I'm the boss. So that's why we're having this conversation today too. So it's that serious. Let me pull up my notes, because I had to have some notes because I didn't want to forget what I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, so like I said, we know ROI, right? Return on investment. We think about that when we're investing in anything for our business and even for ourselves. Like, don't even get me started on why you can't buy that pair of shoes because it's going to impact your business, but we'll talk about that soon. But let's talk about ROI and how we look at that. Return on investment. I'm about to put these 3.5 degrees to work for y'all right quick. So return on investment, we think about that when we invest in any software, our email, our email management service, our landing page service, our website service. Like, we think about the return on the investment. If I invest in this thing, there will be a return, because why? Well, if you're talking about your website, if you invest in your website, there will be a return because it will increase your brand awareness, which will accelerate the buyer cycle, the consumer buying cycle, period. People can go and find you online and learn more about you and consume your information quickly. It moves them down that consumer buying cycle more quickly. And so if you've not heard that, I think in 2018, 2019, people always said it takes about 7 touches or, for people to encounter you and your content before they trust you enough to pull out their debit or credit card, right? So when we think about website, that's what we go into. That's the return on investment. Same thing with social media. When it comes to like scheduling software for our social media, or even bringing somebody in to do it for us, that's where our mind goes. Like, what's the return on investment here? But I want to talk to you today about COI, the cost of inaction. I did not make that up. This is not a scare tactic. Like, if you don't invest in my thing, while realistically, that can be a great selling tool, explaining to someone during the sales process what it's going to cost them if they don't invest. That's tremendous. And hopefully you know that. If you don't, I'm gonna need you to figure that out. What does it cost people if they don't invest in whatever it is that you sell, do, provide? But here's the definition. And I was gonna say, do I want to define it? Yes. Cost of inaction, COI. It's the cost associated with an organization not deploying necessary technology and other business innovation to improve their business processes. So the example I use, and I'll say the definition again, or I'll read it again. Cost of inaction is the cost associated with organizations not deploying necessary technology and other business innovations to improve their business processes. So a prime example is the other day I did a live and I was talking about understanding how much your time is worth, or the value of your time as a CEO. If you didn't catch that, I'll say it really quickly right here. Whatever the service is that you provide, I always kind of go to an intensive. An intensive is usually about 2 hours, maybe. It could be 4, but we're going to use 2 for the sake of time, right? And easy math. So if your intensive is, I don't know, $2,500, right? You provide a transformation in 2 hours. You're not just sitting there chatting with somebody. You're not just sitting there, shooting the breeze, as the elders would say, but you're actually providing transformation in that 2-hour time frame. Then 1 hour of your time would be $1,250, right? So when you use that math and you think about what you do in your day-to-day as a CEO, not what you should be doing, but what you're doing. So you're designing in Canva, you're scheduling content, you are maybe writing blogs all day, or, spending maybe you're spending 5, 6, 7 hours on social media trying to generate leads. When you think about that and you multiply that time by your CEO hourly rate of $1,250, that's what it's costing you, because you haven't activated some technology or some process or some system or some job role in your company. It's costing you more. So the example that I used on the other day when I went live was like, if you're spending 5 or 6 hours in Canva, and hear me, I enjoy Canva. You can get caught up in Canva and you can be like, oh, look at this. This is amazing. But as a CEO, if you're spending 5, 6 hours in Canva trying to center something, because that's not really your skill set or your jam, it's costing your company over $6,000 a day. Now, if you're not generating $6,000 a day and you're costing your company $6,000 a day, that's a problem. That is not well spent time. So as the CEO, you have to understand the cost of inaction. So where does the cost of inaction come in with that? Who do you need to hire to do that? That's not going to cost $6,000 a day. That can do that probably quicker than you or I can, because that's their skill set. Who do you need to bring onto your team to handle that? The other piece is this. What systems have you been holding off on? Whether that's building a funnel, which everybody's like, oh, I hate the funnel. I get it. But is that, a funnel can be something as simple as when somebody books a time on your calendar, they get an email, so that they don't think, oh, what happened? Did it work? Did it go through? Like, it can be something like that. Or if somebody does click on your link in your bio on Instagram, what happens when they buy the thing? How is it delivered? Or does it have to wait until you wake up and then say, oh, I got a sale, and then you deliver the thing? Those things, systems, so there's twofold. The COI is, again, understanding what it's costing you not having those things, those people, those systems in place, but also what's the impact to your customer experience? Y'all, this is business. These are the things that CEOs should understand and be working to have people, places, and things in place to make sure that it doesn't all rest on you. It's a whole thing. So understand that COI, yeah, we got ROI down, but COI, what is it costing you not to act? And I'm going to add a piece to it as the CEO. What is it costing you and your company? One thing it's costing you is your presence in your life, because you didn't spend 5 hours in Canva trying to center something, or trying to get this font right, or whatever, or trying to make magic happen, because it's not your skill set. There are things that needed your attention that didn't get your attention. Things like maybe you needed to do an interview for a job role, Maybe you needed to post a job role. Maybe you needed to hire a company to handle your hiring. Like, those are the things that you needed to be focused on when you were focusing on operations. I'm gonna let it breathe for a minute. So one thing I want you to do is make sure you assess your CEO time cost. This is homework. Assess your CEO time cost. Remember the simple math that I did. Whatever the thing is that you offer, I usually, like I said, go to an intensive because it's easy. You have a set time, maybe it's 2 or 3 hours, and you can determine what your CEO time costs. The second piece is consider this cost when you're working in your business daily. Consider it. Think about it. So it's Monday. I don't know what's on your to-do list. I got several things on my to-do list, one of which is to provide my VA with whatever she needs that I don't have to do. So that's a priority. Getting her whatever it is that she has asked me for so that I don't have to focus on that anymore. And I can go on and do the next thing. Which the next thing would be like, who else do I need to bring onto my team? Right? So homework again, assess your CEO time costs. Know that, because the second piece of that is think of that number when you are doing different things throughout the day. And that way you will know what you are essentially costing your company because you're not acting as a CEO. Remember, CIO. I hope this was helpful. For those of you who are ready, remember, I am here to serve the female CEO who has been in business for at least 3 years. And to be quite honest, she's feeling a lot closer to burnout than she is breakthrough in her business. I am here to serve and support you. And how do I do that? Through the whole CEO Mastermind. You see it all over the place. The whole CEO Mastermind is what? It's not just another program. It is something that is designed not to give you a skill for doing, but to help you with your whole being. I have taken the time to bring a team with me, because it's not just me, a team with me. So not only do you get these 3.5 degrees that help you really make sure that your business foundation is strong, but you also get a team of mindset specialists, a life coach, a productivity coach. You have someone to come in and check your systems to make sure that they make sense for your business. There's a retreat, all inclusive. I will tell you that is not usually how masterminds work. Usually the mastermind, you pay X amount of dollars for the mastermind, then you got to figure out your travel. That is not the case with the whole CEO mastermind. We have a travel coordinator and she is good at what she does, which I have homework that I need to send to her, but she's good at what she does. And one of the things that she wanted to know is like, what's the experience that you want these women to have? And the experience that I want you to have is that balance is what you make of it. So when we go on this retreat, we're working specifically on how do you maintain balance outside of Tessa and the crew standing over your shoulder and saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. This is for the long run. This is for the long haul. So the whole CEO Mastermind, you can check out the details and apply, because there's an application process, and apply at thewholeceo.com. Okay, I would love to see you and have a conversation with you. If you have questions, you can also DM me. So that is your CEO fix for the day. I hope it was helpful. I look forward to the homework. As a matter of fact, please make sure you drop it in the comments. Let me know, what you came up with for the cost of your CEO time, and how is that shifting your mindset. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a great rest of your day.